All right, we are joined by Denzel Mahoney. Denzel made a declaration today for the NBA draft. Denzel, first, if you want to start and talk about your decision, and then we'll turn it over for questions.
Today I decided to enter the 2020 NBA draft. Just want to see the process and go through it all the way.
All right, John Bishop, we'll have you do the first question.
Denzel, congratulations. I know it's an exciting time for you. Kind of where is your mind right now? Obviously, you want to get an evaluation back, but do you have kind of a benchmark of what you want to see out of that evaluation before you make your final decision on whether or not to stay in the draft?
Already got the undergraduate evaluation. It said 100% undrafted, but I just really want to see what the GMs and all the people from the NBA have to say about my game and what they think I should work on, things like that.
Rex Smith, Channel 6.
Denzel, after the year you had, especially winning Sixth Man of the Year, how much did those accomplishments make you feel like now was the right time to try and do this exploratory process and see what, the execs at the next level think about you?
It's always been a dream of mine, even since my days at SEMO, just always having this opportunity and taking full advantage of it. And I think the season that we had and the season that I had, I just didn't see a reason why not to.
John Neatal with the Omaha World Herald.
Yeah, Denzel, thanks for hopping on this call with us.
Yep.
I guess my question is, what you mentioned, like hearing some feedback from the GMs, or at least maybe some NBA personnel. Do you know what form? Like, do you have to work out to hear directly from them, or can they reach out to you directly? And then I guess is that kind of what you're looking forward to most, just hearing their feedback?
Based off articles I've been reading, to my knowledge, there isn't going to be any in-person workouts at the moment. I think it's just going to be based off of film from this past season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy Kendi with Channel 7. Go ahead.
There
Andy.
we go. My bad. Sorry, Denzel. I'm still new to this technology thing. Hey,
No, you're good, man.
What would you have to hear from these GMs before the deadline for you to take the step? Or is this more of a fact-finding, what you need to improve on, almost a agenda setter for what you need to work on for next year to improve your stock?
Really just fact-finding, to be honest. I feel really confident in my game, or else I wouldn't be making this big decision with my career and everything. So I'm confident in my abilities, and I just want to hear what they have to say, whether they think I'm ready or whether they think something else.
So do you have a percentage in terms of where you are at right now in terms of coming back or going pro?
Oh, no percentage at all. No percentage. Yeah.
Tim Kruger with Blue Jay Banner.
Hi, Denzel. Thanks for joining us. In the NBA, where do you see yourself like projecting into what role in the NBA, and what skills do you feel you have already to go to that role, and what do you think you need to work on?
Well, personally, I think I could be a great 3-and-D guy. I kind of was able to show that this year, but I feel like I was able to show that I'm able to guard 1 through 5 all positions, and I'm able to shoot the ball effectively and be a great team guy.
What do you see that in your own mind right now, even before you get the evaluation? What skills do you think you need to work
on? Personally, I think I need to work on my ball handling, be nicer with that, and I think that's really the main thing as of right now.
Michael Severe with 1620 The Zone.
Hey, Denzel. Coach Mack has obviously been through this with a number of guys. Have you had a chance to talk to him, and what did he say about what he thinks about the process, and how did he kind of advise you at all on this?
I talked to Mac quite a few times, and he was really iffy on the decision, just really because of the fact that there's no sorry.
The plane?
Yep.
Nice.
Once the plane clears, we'll have you re-answer the question from the start.
No, I talked to Coach McDermott a lot of times, and he just said this year is really different from every other year, with there possibly and most likely being no in-person workouts, and it's just being based off of film. But I told him this is what I really want to do. I'm confident in my abilities, and he was okay with it.
Anna Bellinghausen with the Omaha Sports Commission.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Was there ever a certain point of the season or any time where you got certain guidance or advice that you knew that you could be making the next step to enter yourself in the draft?
I really just look at the season as a whole, just my production and all the things that I know that I can offer at the next level. All of that played a part into it.
Matt DeMarinis with White and Blue Review.
What's up, Denzel?
What's up, sir?
How's everybody doing at home?
Everybody's good, man. I'm just staying inside,
Nice.
living the life.
Good to hear. Obviously, this year at Creighton, you kind of got thrown into a different role from a position standpoint. I know there's some kind of there's some freedom into what you guys do from a positionless basketball standpoint, but do you feel like at Creighton you're able to showcase enough of the skills that you'll have to do from a positional standpoint at the next level?
Not 100%. I feel like I have a lot more of my game to offer. Having the ball in my hands at times, being able to handle it, make plays off the bounce, stuff like that. As to where this year I was setting screens and playing the undersized 4 and sometimes at the 5 even. So I just feel like I have more to offer.
All right. Well, I think everybody's gone through once. If anybody else has a question, feel free to yell it out, and we'll try to go through those.
Denzel, John Bishop again. Do you did you have at what point in the season did you have the notion that you might want to try this route, and did maybe the way things ended and the coronavirus and so much of the uncertainty maybe influence this decision faster than maybe you had anticipated?
Honestly, I don't think it was one certain part of the year that really caught my attention. Geez, I could declare for the NBA draft. I think it's just my overall skill set and the fact that I was able to show a little bit part of it through the season. I just felt confident that this is the right decision for me.
Hey, Denzel, can you talk a little bit about the strength and conditioning that you received at Creighton and how it was different that you had before, and what's that done for your body and for your conditioning?
Jeremy's the best. Haven't had a strength coach like him. He knows exactly what to do for each individual person and how to get the best out of them and strengthen them up the best possible.
What are some of those things that he had you do that were different?
For me, I lacked lateral speed, so we worked on motions with that. Not the highest leaper, as you guys could kind of tell, so worked a little bit on that, and just trying to stay strong throughout the season. Really trying to maintain.
Denzel, do you they give you the option to hire an agent, at least temporarily, and still maintain your eligibility? Are you going to do that?
That's the plan as of right now. I haven't really thought into agent talk yet. I'm just taking it day by day.
Hey, Denzel, let me ask you about it's almost a win-win situation for you, since there's no harm in exploring, but yet what you have coming back, if you return to college, how enticing is that, knowing that you have so many pieces back here in college to make a big run next season?
I was very enticing. We have a lot of great people coming in. I can see us doing the same thing, really. But right now, I'm just trying to do what's best for me at the time, just seeing what the NBA teams think and go from there.
Are there any other questions for Denzel?
Yeah, Denzel, I guess just how are you weighing the factors that can affect Creighton's team next season if you return versus your individual aspirations of playing in the NBA one day? Because that's, going back to your commitment, that was one of the goals you had for one of the reasons you came to Creighton was to develop into an NBA player. Now that I guess both are kind of on one side of the spectrum of each other, how do you weigh the pros and cons of returning for maybe the NCAA tournament run, the team goals versus the individual aspirations that are still ahead of you?
It's always been a lifelong dream of mine to even be in this position here, let alone be able to play in the NBA. So I'm just really focused on that right now.
Denzel,
Denzel, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Denzel, do you have any conversations with Tyshawn about this, about your decision?
Not really individually. I told the team in a Zoom meeting last week, I think it was, that I was going to make this decision, but nothing outside of that.
Denzel, hypothetically speaking, if you were to decide to try and take that pro route and go towards the draft, can you just talk a little bit about your time with Creighton and in Omaha, and the special run you guys made last year and what that's all meant to you?
I can't really compare SEMO or any other situation I've been in prior to Creighton. The fans, the community, everything's just been great. My experience sitting out, and then especially this past year playing, making a deep run in the Big East, and just proving a lot of people wrong. There's nothing like it, and I wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change for the world.
Any last questions for Denzel?
Denzel, I actually had one that I was thinking about. Like, who do you? I mean, obviously, getting feedback from the NBA people, like that's a big sort of, that'll be a different perspective. But currently, who do you get? I mean, you get feedback from Coach Mack and the coaching staff. Who else gives you feedback on your game? And I guess why would this be so important to have their perspective too?
That's really about it. Just the coaches' feedback. That's what I get as of right now. I think it's just important to get that big guys' feedback because, I mean, that's where I want to be. That's why I came to Creighton. Big piece of why I came, and I just really want that for myself, just knowing what they think and how I can better myself and put myself in the best predicament moving forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Denzel, I know you have until June 3rd to make this decision, but do you expect to take the entire time, or do you expect this decision to, kind of crystallize in the next couple weeks or mid-May, or do you have a timetable?
No timetable. I'm just really looking forward to taking it day by day, as long as I have to take to make the right decision for me.
As you're kind of going through this process, and I imagine a lot of players are in the same position right now more than ever, even changing daily, but are you looking for an opportunity to play professionally, anywhere as your job, or are you looking for NBA or college at this point?
Right now it's just NBA college. Haven't really thought too deep into other pro leagues at the moment. Just really focusing on the NBA, and then we'll see what comes from that.
All right. Sounds like we are out of questions. So Denzel, thank you for joining us.